Yes, yes, yes. Everybody, Ross the West Ham Network. Hope you're all safe and well. Hope you all woken up. I hope you've all woken up from the snooze fest that was West Ham versus Brighton. Evening to you, Nike. Hope you're well. What a boring game. Genuinely one of the most boring games I think I've ever seen. Oh dear. Um, I don't think it'd be a particularly long review show, in all honesty. Not really much to talk about, to be fair. Be interested to get your comments, your thoughts in the chat. But it was a two teams. I think you were quite happy with a draw, to be honest. Both teams didn't, yes, both teams had chances. I thought Lucas Fabianski was probably once again man of the match, which is mental, really. That's a couple of games in a row now. I thought there was a couple of saves he pulled off, which were really bloody good, really bloody good. And yeah, just a bit strange, very strange game. Nothing I could really say was, yeah. It's one of those games I'm not gonna remember. It's one of those games that sort of are fillers on a sort of season review. It was just a bit of a non-event, I thought. I don't know what you guys thought as well, but I thought I thought what's name was good. I thought Fabianski played well. I thought Wan-Bissaka played well, AWB as well. There's my Christmas fairy. Yeah, you're right.
Well, Merry Christmas to all your viewers.
Thank you very much, Kerry. Lovely, Kerry. Take care, babe. Yeah, I just don't know. I'm just a bit sort of in shock a little bit. Gary says, how many games have we let the others have loads of shots? Quite a few. Cyril Flame has gone for a snooze fest, and that's what it was. An absolute snooze fest. I mean, despite the ship performance, credit to the club. Yeah, I mean, the club always do. So you go, when it comes to things like that, the club always do really well, I think. In terms, why like that? I'm a bit skewiff, I don't know. Yeah, I thought it was very emotional, actually, very emotional, particularly anyone who's a parent as well. It was very, very. There was a lot of men wiping tears and the like. It was very emotional, as you can imagine. Christmas and losing your son and just the outpour of, especially when the fans started chanting Oscar Fairs as well. I thought, that's so it's times like that where you just see the classness of our fan base. Nothing done for Lopetegui dads, which I think is a bit strange, but we don't know whether maybe Julien didn't want anything to be done. So look, we can't string the club up for doing that. But I was just bored. Martin says, take the positives, 3 matches unbeaten. Totally right. Very true. Very true. And the more games we get unbeaten, the longer our unbeaten reign continues. No, I get that. Just thought it was a bit of I was a bit surprised by the sort of lacklusterness of the side. I thought with everything that's gone on in the last 72 hours in terms of Julien and his dad, and you thought it might galvanise the side to put in a performance, but meh. It was just meh, wasn't it? The whole game was meh. And I came away from it. I thought a draw was probably a fair result. I think, to be honest, most of us, when we did the morning show, thought a strong it would have been a draw, and that's what we got, a score draw. They went through spates where we tried to press and then we stopped, and then looking at positives as I always do, great to see Ollie getting some more game time as well. Ollie coming on for about 30 minutes of play, which was great to see. And again, him being picked over Cresswell again shows to me this sort of passing of the torch in that sort of second berth. What was interesting though was, like, with a few minutes to spare, was he moved everyone around again. He went to a back three with Ollie going sort of left wing back. Didn't seem to work, and then went back to almost like a back four again and pushed Ollie up into actually Ollie's more natural position at the moment, which is more sort of what, you know, sort of in the sort of midfield and attacking midfield. That's what he's playing for the under 21. So he's actually playing there week in, week out. So that was good to see. But I just didn't think anything happened. Do you know what I mean? A few fits and starts. I mean, again, Fabianski kept us in the game. Yeah, what's Damien says? The difference between Bowen and Falkirk up front was night and day. It was, yeah. I mean, again, it's a different. They are two different types of players, aren't they? In all honesty, in terms of their makeup, you know, in the same way, I thought Falkirk did quite a lot of nice flick-ons in the first half to the likes of Kudus and stuff like that. But yeah, he's not going to press. He's not going to press a high line. But that's not what his role does. Whereas Bowen lost every one-on-one in the air to Lewis Dunk, as you would imagine anyway. But he was pressing. So, you know, you want a combination of the both would have been fantastic. Lack of decent forward has really hurt us sad when our best is Antonio. I think we've relied on Antonio for far too long. And this is sort of the issue we're having now. You know, that Nicholas is not Antonio and Jarrod Bowen isn't Antonio either. I don't like Bowen up front. I think he's wasted in the same way I don't like Kudus on the left. He's wasted, but they're shoehorned into these positions because of where we are at the moment, unfortunately. Yeah, it's just a dull as dishwater game, wasn't it? Completely dull as dishwater. You know, it's. I think both sides probably balance of play. Probably a draw was a fair result. Maybe Brighton just edging it, but again, our run against Brighton in the Premier League at home continues. You know, we still haven't beaten them at home in the Premier League. I think is that 8 games now. It's crazy, absolutely crazy result. And I just feel that, you know, there was a real opportunity today to get some points because you play a Southampton side now. Southampton, when we play next Boxing Day, they'll have Juric has been confirmed as the new manager. So they're going to have that new manager bounce, which we had when Rude was at Leicester. We never had that manager bounce, I don't think. So that's not going to be an easy game now. And then we play Liverpool here. And if we play anywhere near like we played today, we'll get turned over royally by Liverpool. Aguan says we need to cash in on Kudus, bring in a couple of decent midfielders who are quality. Because he's such a liability. Narcos, I'll take the point. Respect the point. Etel 2016, yeah, it was actually I think the last time we beat them at home was in the Championship. We've never beaten them in the Premier League, and they didn't have Danny Welbeck. I mean, you know, this is a side which didn't have their top goal scorer. They didn't have James Milner. These lot were for the taking. They were really up for the taking. Mark says we are poo. We just seem lackluster. I wouldn't say poo, but even just lackluster. Peter says horrible game of run the game, but sometimes I, in a weird way, I prefer those types of games because, you know, we're not expected, you know, expected to try and compete, but not necessarily expected to win. And those games I'm more confident in a weird way, that will turn up because, you know, the likes of Kudus want to, you know, put a good performance in against Liverpool, put him in the shop window. Evan Ferguson was fucking scored today. That's putting him in the shot window if he did score, surely. Narky's still going to ball away too easy. We just try. The trouble is when we put Bowen up front, all we try and do is that sort of, you know, what was it? Sort of touchdown pass ball straight through the centre halves, and it rarely comes off, and then we lose possession. Oh, I don't know. It's not a defeat, I suppose. You know, someone like Ollie Scar's got a nice run out, which was good. That's probably about it. Well, in all honesty, not much happened. Fabianski kept us in the game. Aaron Wan-Bissaka, you know, his last-ditch tackles, you know, almost decapitating himself to save a goal coming in. You know, again showing, you know, what he can do on a defensive perspective. Lots of last gasp sort of blocks, interceptions. You know, it's the same thing that he always does. He tucks the fullbacks in, so we sort of overload the box. They have to cross it in, but they've got to be a fucking good cross to get it in. hit and hope. That's our game, says Michael. Don't let it get you down, Russ. Say football. You know me. I dust myself off and we go again. We've got Southampton at St Mary's on Boxing Day after a lovely Christmas we're having, and then we've got Liverpool. What's not so like? Marcus says even though he scored, still looks interested. I think I don't know what it is about Kudus. He might be disinterested. He might. I think he's trying to do too much with the ball. I think maybe he's not getting the ball as much as he did at the beginning, and he's getting the ball and trying to do so much with it. He's almost overplaying it all the time, I think. And I think that's the same for a lot of the players. You know, they get the ball and they're trying to do too much. And sometimes the simplest balls. I mean, second half, Somerville cut inside. He took a shot where actually the easiest ball would have been taken out wide to a sort of unmarked Kudus. Floppy's a fraud. Play these youngsters, tri-stick fans. I don't think so, Hines, at all. I don't think so too. I think it's Ollie's taken us. Ollie's hadn't taken the opportunity. They've taken the opportunity with Emerson's suspension last week to bring Ollie in. I think Ollie's played well and he deserves another run. So you can't say one thing and then the other. People go, "I'll play the youth." He's playing the youth. We call him a fraud. I don't agree with that. I don't sign up for that, mate. It might be your opinion, but I don't. Curtis might as well have signed Tyson Fury up front. He's a bit busy, Tyson. He's a bit busy, isn't he? He'll be fighting in about 7 hours' time or whenever they bother to get it on the pay-per-view. But yeah, 9th attempt to beat Brighton at home, 25. Yeah, exactly. There's always next year, Mark. There's always next year. Yeah, it's not a defeat. It's a point. Respect the points, possibly. Just could not keep the ball. Midfield just too slow to receive the ball. Didn't go. Still happy we have stopped the losses. Yeah, that is every cloud, Narky. You're right. You know we have stopped. You know the losses. It's three unbeaten now. Wow, is that our best undefeated run this season? We could keep undefeated into the turn of the year. I think I might be happy with that because it means we'd have got a result against Southampton. Would have got a result against what's name as well. But yeah. Oh, I don't know. Anyway, go and have a lovely. Why hasn't Floppy played youngsters earlier? Why now? Well, I think to be honest, Irons, I think he's been bedding in the new players, and there hasn't been a spot to put the kids on. Really, in all honesty, you know, for the players that have been brought in. Now there is a couple of injuries and suspensions and things like that, and lots of games happening now in quick succession. There, he naturally has space, and I think Ollie's someone they've wanted to bring in quite a bit, and the opportunities now there. And actually, to be honest, he could have easily put Cresswell in against Bournemouth, but he didn't put him in the squad at all. He put Cresswell, he put Scars in. Casey not so much though, because Casey's always fourth choice. But with Ollie, as I said, you know, I don't think you can. You know, people have been crying out for us to play the youth. We play the youth and you call them a fraud. That's why I don't understand it. Lucky to get the point. Well done, Fab Brighton. Missed a couple of sitters. No danger of relegation. Hopefully 3 points away. Yeah, let's hope so. 2 suspensions against Southampton indeed now. But all back, thank God. Yeah, Soler, I think we missed that drive from midfield with Soler, definitely. What injuries? Stipe Antonio, no injuries now, I don't think. Obviously, Todibo was the only one who had a slight. That's why he was on the bench rather than starting, because he came on at half time. I would have taken 1-1. Don't know what people are moaning about. It's Brighton a solid team. They are, but I think it was just the performance as well. But you know, football is a results-based business. You know, you can play fantastically and lose, and no one will care how you played. You know, at the end of the day, you see the scores, and yeah, that's what matters. It was a bit of a non-event, I thought, today, and there was an opportunity to really, you know, people kept saying, "Oh, is this going to be our turning point? Is this going to be our turning point?" And to be honest, no. Again, you know, another full storm, so to speak. We'll see what happens. Let's enjoy our Christmas. Let's get Christmas out of the way and push on for top 4 as usual suspect. That's good. Let's see what Santa Steinem brings us in January if we're good boys and girls in terms of presents. And until next time, have a great rest of the weekend. I'll be back on Monday. And then obviously the big day's on Wednesday, isn't it? The big man. Anyway, take care, everybody. Stay safe, stay warm, stay humble. Have a great rest of your weekend. And come on, you bloody irons. Much love. Bye-bye. If I press the right button.